Welcome to Creative Living, where we help you live your most creative life. I'm Jane Monzures. Now, in light of what's going on in our country right now, we're taping from our smaller studio to limit staffing needs and to adhere to social distancing. Today we'll be highlighting people who do good things in the community and a few of our favorite stories. So let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. An organization that's using aquaponics to grow food. A California nonprofit helping people transition into their own homes. And an architect returning mid-century modern homes to their former glory. That and so much more on this episode of Creative Living. Helping humans and nature prosper together is the mission of EcoLife Conservation. The work they're doing around the world is commendable.
Traditional conservation groups tend to remove humans from the conservation equation. Humans live in ecosystems, and in a lot of cases, humans have the power and the control to help conserve ecosystems. So we have two major program areas that we focus on. One is we build fuel-efficient stoves in developing countries, and the other is we're designing and building aquaponics systems here in the United States.
What we at EcoLife Conservation hope to communicate through aquaponics is that there are alternatives to growing food that would greatly reduce the impact modern agriculture is having on the planet. With aquaponics, we can grow a wide variety of fish and plants using a fraction of the resources. Inside this fish tank live 120 Mozambique tilapia. The waste that they produce will be converted into a natural fertilizer for our plants. The plants, in turn, will take up that fish waste and purify the water for the fish. The synergistic relationship between fish and plants is what makes aquaponics such an efficient means of growing our food. So we are constantly working to increase food access in our community. The bio-intensive nature of aquaponics allows us to plant these plants a lot closer together, which enables them to share all of the nutrients in the system. Our plants are growing directly into the water, which prevents them from becoming root-bound as they may become in the soil. We're also not losing any water through evaporation or seeping into soil.
This is our EcoCycle Aquaponics Kit, which is a great tool for demonstrating a variety of things to students in a living, learning laboratory. We can talk about nutrient cycling, chemistry, ecology, all in one hands-on system. We're also distributing our aquaponics kits to classrooms all over the United States. With our stove program, 3 billion people around the world cook on open fires, either in their homes or outside of their homes. It's like having a campfire in your kitchen. As you can imagine, it poses a whole host of threats to the family. These fires are extremely inefficient and contribute widely to deforestation around the world. And so we come in with a stove that is culturally appropriate and safe to the family that reduces fuel wood use by up to 60% or more. We're building these stoves around the monarch butterfly biosphere reserve in Mexico to protect butterfly habitat. The monarch butterflies migrate all the way from Canada to central Mexico where they spend the winter. And if those forests are degraded or destroyed, there's nowhere for the butterflies to spend the winter. So these stoves help protect butterflies by reducing fuel wood harvest in those forests where the butterflies live. And if we can revolutionize the way that we're growing, distributing, and cooking our food, we can all play a huge part in making the planet a more sustainable place to live for us, for our children, and for our grandchildren.
Transitioning from homelessness into owning a home can be a struggle. But with the help of humble design, they're making it a reality for many families and veterans.
Humble Design is a nonprofit group that was first organized in Detroit and is now spreading nationwide. And they came to San Diego last summer. And their goal is to help homeless people transition from shelters into homes. This is the third home that La Jolla Cosmetic Surgery Center has sponsored. And in each instance, the reaction was very similar, which was that people said they felt humbled by participating, and that it gave them perspective and a sense of a way to help in really a short space of time. You're talking about 5 hours as a volunteer to to make this huge difference for these families. Again, remember the journey from homelessness and from the shelter to the empty apartment or home. And now they're coming home and they enter for the first time and they see their life as they haven't seen it perhaps ever, or certainly in many years. And it's an honor to be able to witness that. And anyone who's watching this who wants to know what that is like, I suggest you go to humbledesign.org and look at the videos of the dozens of homes that have been done around the country. And I think you'll be like us, which is you'll want to call and you'll want to help.
Choked up during this application process. I had to fight back tears. I had to go take a drink of water. They find out what you want deep in your heart, and then they make every attempt to give that to you.
Being involved with Humble Design is really easy and simple. Just go on our website at humbledesign.org and fill out the volunteer form. Once you do that, we'll let you know what opportunities are in your city. You can either decorate a home for a family who has left a homeless shelter, or organize the warehouse, or come down with all of your employees to help us decorate together.
If there's only one thing that people need to know about helping the homeless, I would say that everything that you give to them, you will receive back. You will go away with a sense of well-being and happiness for what you've helped to do, and they go forward in a much more secure way and a way for their family to truly have joy.
All of you, amazing. Wonderful work, wonderful. You've changed my life. I can bring my kids here, and everybody who doubted me, they can come here and just be like, you know what, Michael has a home, that's right.
Don't go anywhere, more creative living is coming up. We take a trip to Tucson for a taste of Italy. Growing food vertically, the latest in gardening that saves water.
For more great videos of life up close, visit yourview.com.
Nestled in the desert is a taste of Tuscany. Casino del Sol is a beautiful resort casino that will have you saying, "That's amore."
Our current existing hotel was built in 2011. It's a full-service resort hotel with a beautiful world-class swimming pool in the back. Oasis bar out by the pool is open all summer long. It's a great place to relax with your friends. The highest quality casino resort in the entire state of Arizona. We are just about ready to launch our newest product, which is Estrella Hotel. It's 151 rooms. We have about 6 suites. We have a 14-foot tall water slide in the back for the kids to enjoy. Those of you that are out there that have tried to book at Casino del Sol know it's very rare that we ever have any available rooms. Having those extra 151 rooms online will allow us to completely support the local community as well as those traveling in from destination markets outside of the state of Arizona. Everybody knows us for Ava Amphitheater. We don't think of ourselves as your traditional casino environment where we have just your traditional casino type entertainment. We bring world-class acts. We just finished an unbelievable show with Wu-Tang. We're pretty proud of ourselves. Wu-Tang's only Arizona play ever in the history of the band has actually been in Ava Amphitheater. The best feature of Ava is you get to see that world-class entertainment like Rihanna or Kenny Chesney, and you get to see it in an environment that's very intimate. For those of you that still want entertainment during the rest of the year, don't worry. We actually have 2 in-casino lounges called Tropico Lounge as well as Paradiso Lounge. Entertainment running every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Casino del Sol has pretty much a game for everybody, from your traditional video slots, your real slots, all the way to your table games with blackjack and poker variant games. We always have the newest and best games available to all of our players. You actually forget that you're in Arizona as you're walking down a Tuscan villa street as you're going through our casino, capped off with a beautiful blue sky with some painted clouds, and it really makes you feel like you're in a whole different world. We have lots of different restaurants. We have Ume, which is an Asian fusion. We have Abuelita's Taqueria, a wonderful international buffet called Festa, where you can get different theme nights throughout the week. We have PY Steakhouse, which is always locally inspired. We have Streetscape Deli and Pizza, where you can get a nice quick sandwich, slice of New York style pizza. We have Sweetscape Desserts. We have Moby's Diner, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Great place to eat. We're also home to Sewilo Golf Course, a beautiful 18-hole test of golf with lush green fairways, all the different desert flower colors that you see out in southern Arizona. It really is a great place to come out and enjoy a nice afternoon out there on the links. We've actually opened our newest addition to Casino del Sol, which is our RV park. Currently have 73 available spots at our RV park. They fill up fast, so if you're interested in coming out, make sure that you book those online at casinodelsol.com. We really can't wait to have you at Casino del Sol. It really is a beautiful place, and we can't wait to see you here and let you experience everything that we have to offer for yourself.
A pharmacist in Arizona thought there could be a better way to grow nutritious food while helping the environment, and True Garden was born.
One of the biggest problems I see is water is an issue around the world. 73% of the world is desert. That's crazy. So if we keep doing conventional farming, there's no way we'll be able to feed everybody in the world. I'm a registered pharmacist as well as a pharmacist. I love farming as well, I love food. When I look at it as a pharmacist, as I've done my consults on my patients, I realize that it goes back to nutrition. We have this foundation and it has all these cracks in it because we're not eating this diet that has any type of nutritional value when it comes to some of the produce that we're getting. Land is over-farmed, so it's missing a lot of the minerals and nutrients. So what is aeroponic farming? It's actually growing food vertically, which we use 90% less water, 90% less land as well. We can grow 10 times more vertically. As these plants are growing, the roots just hang vertically here, and you get your roots that just hang in the air, so we get faster growth. So I can grow typically a head of lettuce, kale within 21 to 26 days. Because it's being exposed, the roots are being exposed to oxygen all the time. We use up to 90% less water because we're recirculating that water and not losing it, like traditional farming does. So in our nutrient solution, we have an A and B nutrient solution that's earth minerals and sea minerals, mined here in the US, that we put into that water solution, so that way we can give the plants good, great nutrition. So we have 70 plus essential minerals and nutrients in that water solution, so that way we can get a product that actually has some nutritional value, unlike a lot of the produce that's coming to us in our grocery store that is missing 50% by the time it hits your plate. It's incredible. The USDA has done studies on that showing you've lost a lot of the nutritional value because it's been harvested so long ago. So here at True Garden, we're able to grow food, and we're growing food not only for restaurants, farmers markets, but we also support schools and food banks. So this isn't just a staged setting here, we're actually a commercial working farm. So we're selling farms all over the world now. When you think about growing 10 times more in the same amount of space with 90 to 90% less water, it's a very disruptive technology. So when I first saw this 8 years ago, I was like, oh, how's that ever going to replace traditional farming? Well, I don't know if it's ever going to replace. It's going to be an addition to what we're doing, especially if we grow it in our own home. So it's intriguing to see how 8 years ago I took an idea, a concept, incorporated it, and then built a greenhouse. I'm really excited about offering people a healthier way to grow their own food, and that's what excites me about this.
Creative Living has much more coming up. See how one architect is helping to preserve the homes of our past. And I'll show you the perfect flower to add to your garden.
Share your creative style on Instagram with us at Creative Living Show. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do. For more exclusive videos highlighting your community, visit yourview.com.
architect, he says returning to his childhood neighborhood to restore mid-century homes to their former glory is his true passion.
My name is Troy Strumpfer. I'm a creative soul. I'm a risk taker. And I'm a dreamer. Growing up here in Phoenix, I grew up in maybe not the nicest neighborhood, but an interesting one nonetheless. And many times riding my bike around through the hills, what I didn't realize, all of those homes that I had been riding around and observing as a child, I come back to those areas and they're suddenly desirable. And these homes are, you know, they're elevated and they're on mountainside and they're boxy and they've got cool angles and glass, and I suppose you don't realize at the time perhaps that's leaving an impression on you, but I do drive through those neighborhoods with fondness now and think, well, I'm still here at home. I'm 3 miles from where I grew up as a kid, and I'm learning how to go through and leave my mark in a similar way. I do consider the type of construction that I provide to be artistic. I believe that's the primary reason that A, I'm driven to this industry, and B, that somebody would want to hire me. A lot of guys can follow a set of plans. I try to bring my approach and my creativity and read between the lines. I believe everyone in the process needs to be inspired. I find inspiration in challenging myself to create something where we can all become inspired about what we're trying to achieve. I met with a homeowner and they walked me through their space and said, you know, we want our laundry to extend here and we need extra parking. And on the one hand, I'm listening, and on the other hand, I'm really sort of developing my own feel for the space. And I'll go home that same evening and just try to get everything out. I'll start sketching, I'll open up some floor plan programs that I use and try to grab that original inspiration and put something on paper so that we can all get energized about what we're trying to achieve. The type of projects that I create are open, natural light, nice flow and form to the footprint of the home, to the pathways and the spatial relationships. I try to pay particular attention to taking architectural cues that exist already within the home and replicating those throughout so that when we finished a project, really you can't tell the difference between perhaps what was already existing and what we've created. Each project that I embark on, I try to challenge myself to create something unique, and I try to grab fresh inspiration and apply things that inspire me in my daily activities and bring something that perhaps I haven't tried before to each project.
Stick around, we've got more coming up on Creative Living. If you're looking to add some color to your garden, we've got the flower for you.
Share your creative style on Instagram with us at Creative Living Show. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do.
If gardening at home is your place of zen in chaotic times, I've got the perfect plant for you to consider adding to your garden. The summer season is here and it's time to get creative in the garden, and we can all use a little inspiration. So today I am with my flower fanatic friend Katie to help us out. Now Katie, what can we do to make our garden stand out from the rest of them on the block?
Well, I think it's great to have a garden that's uniquely yours. So the best way to customize with color is to add colorful petunias to your outdoor living space.
Why are petunias the best way to do that?
Petunias are really still the most popular garden plants. They're widely available and very versatile for any sunny space. So whether you have a large patio or a rooftop garden or a small container, they can work well for you.
And I love the variety of colors here. And I've seen petunias, so I know what they are. But when we talk about planting petunias, I can do a lot of things. I can make a lot of things. I'm not a great gardener. So are petunias easy for sort of an uneasy gardener like me?
Petunias are super easy for even a beginner gardener. They make anyone look like a pro. They spread and trail from spring and through summer and fall with very little maintenance.
So when we're planting petunias, how do we do it? What's our first step?
First, you gotta find a sunny spot. At least 6 hours of sunlight is great, and then you choose your container. And you can go as creative or as low-key as you like.
I've made this container because I like to DIY and decoupage. Would this size work, or does it have to be huge?
For petunias, you wouldn't have that many flowers, but you'll have a great display and something unique for you. Make sure it has a drainage hole in the bottom so that water can run out throughout the season. Then you're gonna add your soil, and we've got our soil right here.
Oh, do you want your gloves?
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruin your nails. We're gonna fill this pretty full, leaving just 1 inch from the top.
I mean, I say I'm not really good at gardening, but I'm having a great time in the soil.
Right. And you want to give your pot a little bit of shift ever so often so you're getting all those air bubbles out and it's nice and settled at the bottom too.
So what kind of soil do we have to use? Is there a special kind? Do I put fertilizer in it?
You don't want to use topsoil, that's for sure. You want to make sure that you're using a good quality potting soil. It has a lot of almost like a nutrient charge in it already and a lot of great drainage so that it holds its moisture because containers can dry out pretty quick in the summertime. And then you're going to put your plants in. So you give the bottom of your container a little squeeze and then you pull it out and you can see the roots are already growing there. And you just make a little hole in your container and plant it down, push down a little bit and get all those air pockets out, and you fill in the soil around it. And that could be either adding more soil or kind of shifting your soil in your container.
And then you can add more soil after you put the second one.
Yeah, we'll backfill towards the end.
Okay.
And already you can see that the container is coming together and these plants will grow in very well together.
And do we add any more soil at the end?
When you're through, yes, you're going to backfill and fill in any holes.
Oh, let me give you some soil.
You can always add more plants if you like.
Here, I don't know what to do next.
Sure. Kind of fill in the holes on the side here.
I love that. And what a great way to accessorize the garden with a splash of color.
Absolutely.
And your petunias, I love it. Thank you so much, Katie. With a little inspiration and some imagination, we can all accessorize our outdoor spaces with a splash of color using petunias this summer season. Thank you for joining us here on Creative Living. We hope everyone stays safe and healthy during these uncharted times. I'm Jane Monzures, and I'll see you next time.